Hi. Doing well. How are you?
Hello.
Hello,
Glad to be
hello.
here. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you
Kelsey.
too. You too, Mahina. And all of the
Nice.
great
Thank
faces.
you. Thank you.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
That was right. Hello.
Hi. So many great faces.
Hello.
So much more fun than email.
Yeah,
Seeing
right?
all of you like this.
Beautiful tech girls. I see you, Sadia, Rehana, Karina, Medina. It's so nice to see you. I miss you guys.
Hi, thank you.
I miss you too.
I think we might wait a few more minutes just to see if other people will come, and then we can get started. Let's see.
Maybe while we're waiting, can you guys do a quick poll for me? If you guys have been, if this is your first time being on a Tech Women, Tech Girls Club Summit, can you just give us a thumbs up or a clapping hands reaction? This is your first one. You haven't been on, I have, but this is just for showing you. You can give us a thumbs up, give clapping hands, this is your first one. Yes, I see you, 2020 Tech Girls.
And Savar as well. That's great.
And while we have you guys in here, I'll just be sending this message a few times while we're on the call, but if you can rename yourself with your name, obviously your real name, and your country, that's going to help us as we do breakout rooms later.
Great. Well, I don't see any other people kind of trickling in, but if they do, we can catch them up. So how about we just go ahead and get started?
Alrighty, that sounds great. We will start that off and should be able to see that now. Can you see it okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All good. Great. So welcome everyone. I'm so excited to have you all here today, to see all of your great faces, to see some new people, especially the 2020 Tech Girls. We're so excited to get you involved in these clubs. As you probably all remember, in May, we had our first regional summits just to give all of you a chance to hear what you're doing in your own region and get some ideas from the other clubs. And since it was very well received, we thought now would be a great opportunity to reconnect as we're wrapping up 2020, to give you another chance to hear what people are doing, brainstorm, and then particularly be connected with alumni in your country and your club if you haven't been able to connect with everyone quite yet, to talk through some of your plans for 2021. And so if you can go to the next slide, please, Bernie.
Yeah, absolutely. Oops, no, that's the second one there. Here we go.
Thanks. And so today, really, again, our purpose is to bring you all together to hear from us, me and Legacy, with a few updates on funding processes and some additional resources that we think would be great to share with you in terms of potential club activities. And we'd love to hear what you've been up to since our last summit in May. And again, discuss some best practices and ideas for moving forward with your club activities in 2021. And we really want to reignite club involvement. So have all of you learn from each other, and then particularly in these breakout rooms, connect with other alumni to get some of these ideas and planning started for what you'd like to do in the next 6 months or so.
Very cool. Next slide. All right. Are you all set, Kelty?
Yep.
Okay, great. So just to give you guys a little bit of an overview of the agenda for today, we're running on about an hour and a half total. We're going to do a little bit of welcome introductions as we're doing now, plus an opening activity just to get us warmed up. Then we're going to have Legacy and IIE do our updates to tell you a little more about what's going on our side and what kind of resources we have for you. That'll be like 5 minutes. And then we'll hand it over to the clubs, club leaders, to give us your updates so each group can go one at a time. Then we'll give you all a chance to just recap, sort of think about the updates you heard, have any questions you want to ask or any comments. You know, maybe you heard somebody say something from a club and you're like, oh, that's a good idea, we should use that. Or you have a question for someone in your own club. We'll do a picture and then we'll jump into breakout rooms so we can talk more in smaller country groups. So that'll be about 15 minutes. We'll come together, share out kind of what our lessons learned from those breakout rooms were, and then close up with a closing activity. So that's sort of the general agenda for today. Any questions on that before I jump to the next slide? No? Okay, let's see then. Okay, so opening activity, and feel free to just write this in the chat, take a minute to think about it, because we all know that this year was crazy. I think for basically everyone around the world, it was probably a super challenging, you know, personally, professionally, and otherwise. And so we want you to think about, despite all the challenges that you've faced, and I'm sure there's been many, what is one thing that you are grateful for, that you're glad that happened, or that you're able to accomplish, or whatever? Just maybe take a minute or so and write in the chat something that you're grateful for. What's that sort of silver lining for you? I don't know, Kilty or Haley, if you want to read some of those out, because
I can read this out.
Yeah, just a couple, see what people are.
We already got some coming in. We have thoughts on being able to work from home. Yes, that is a huge gift. And yeah, if you can write it in the chat, that would be great. You can also unmute yourself if there's something you'd like to specifically share in the group. Someone else shared living in a beautiful natural area. Medina shared about being grateful to discovering her future career during quarantine. It has been amazing to have more time to reflect. The Technovation teams, yes, being a semifinalist, that's amazing. That's a huge silver lining. Congratulations. I did a lot of Netflix, so clearly Technovation is a really productive way to use the quarantine time. And so that's the semifinalist team from Tajikistan, by the way. Oh, thank you, Rehona. This is one of our 2020 Tech Girls who was able to participate in our virtual program. And thanks to that program, she's chosen her future career. Sadia, also a Tech Girl from 2019, is grateful for spending time with her family, education and internship opportunities. Manira from TechWomen 2016 is obviously sending congratulations. Yes, for health and safety. Those are things that I know it's easy to take for granted. So I'm very grateful for that.
Great. And also, if you're just joining us, just remember to put your country name. So your name, your country name, and then also Tech Women or Tech Girls. Oh, so lots of gratitudes there for sharing out.
For those who are just entering the room, just a reminder to rename yourself with your name and your country.
All right. Okay, so we want to sort of jump into some of the legacy and IIE updates and resources that we have for you. So first off, in terms of virtual events, we'll let IIE and Kilty and Katie go first in terms of their Tech Women enrichment events and any virtual programming they have coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Bernie. So just a few updates for all of you as you're looking ahead to 2021. We are still continuing with our Tech Women monthly enrichment events where we invite one of the mentors in our communities and sometimes fellows to present on various topics. of interest to our community. And these are open to tech girls as well. I know we've been advertising them since our last summit, so please make sure to look out for emails from us and from Bernie and Haley as well, advertising these opportunities. It's usually the second Tuesday of the month, and we have some great stuff planned for January and February. So, and they're all recorded as well, so if you're not able to make the actual time, we share out those videos and those resources, so those are a great way to watch together as clubs and discuss something that you've heard and that might spark some interest for you. So something to remember coming up with 2021. And then also I wanted to share that we recently wrapped up our fall virtual programming for our current cohort of emerging leaders with Tech Women. And as part of that process, we spent 1 month going over curated content on topics such as teamwork and design thinking and social impact models for change. And as part of this, we curated these 1-hour videos along with discussion guides where our emerging leaders got together with facilitators from our community to go over these topics. And we thought this would actually be a great activity for the clubs to participate in as well. And so we'll be following up, or I will be following up after this summit with a link to all of these curated videos as well as these discussion guides to give you kind of a ready-made activity to start off with your club. So if you're wondering right now in terms of, I'm not sure how to move forward with the club, everything is virtual, we can't do what we want, it takes a lot of time to put together some of this content, well, we have a lot for you. And so we're really hoping this will be something to reignite participation of alumni in your club, in your community, by just going through these resources that we've already developed and discussing them together. So we're really excited to be sharing that with all of you in addition to our emerging leaders later this week.
Great, cool. Thank you so much. So on the legacy side, we also have a lot of exciting virtual events happening as well. We wanted to keep you all posted on this new Tech Girls Alumni Council that we created. The purpose of it is for Tech Girls to gain a little more experience in one of 4 areas. So STEM teaching, mentorship, advocacy, and community engagement. And also by learning all of those areas or strengthening their skills in that, then they can increase engagement of tech girls and others who are interested in STEM in their community. And we'll be starting up in January 1st. We've selected the first round of officers. There's 2 officers from each country. So from Kazakhstan, we have Arzuhan and Bernura, and Kyrgyzstan, Aziza and Asilia. Tajikistan, Karina and Sayora, and Uzbekistan, Savara and Sadia. And so we very much invite them and everyone else when we go into the breakout rooms to really just start, engaging in ideas that you might have for the clubs, like to kick up that Tech Girls engagement, work with the Tech Women to think about, what do we want out of our club? So they're, a great connection, another resource for the club as well. We also have the Tech Girls Tech Talks. This is another forum for tech girls to, again, network, get to know each other, but also share out ideas. And it's open to any tech girl. It's happening bi-monthly, so every other month. And any tech girl can come any year, any country. It's MENA or Central Asia. And this upcoming one is going to be Amal from Tunisia in 2019, Tech Girl, and Zibo from 2020, actually. And Zibo will be talking about how to apply to US schools and how to get scholarships. And Amal will be talking about business tools and marketing and finance. So really it's a forum, for tech girls to share those types of ideas and support each other. So we welcome you all, and we'll be sending out more information on that. So that's the Tech Girls Tech Talks. Other virtual resources. I don't know if Kelty, you want to mention anything about the Tech Girls virtual resources? Tech Women, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so basically, in terms of what I was mentioning with the fall virtual programming curriculum, we'll be sharing out that folder of virtual resources with you so that you can have access to that and discuss it with your clubs. So we'll send more information about that as well as some links in an email later this week.
Very cool.
About the LinkedIn groups. So when we did some connecting with you all over the fall months and following the May summits to try to find out what are the best ways for you all to connect across countries, we found that providing a LinkedIn group was going to be really helpful for you all to share everything from professional opportunities, for us to be able to share announcements so your inboxes aren't constantly spammed, and just have a way and a forum for you all to connect on a regular basis. So we did create those groups. Many of y'all have been able to join, which has been great. I'm going to pop the link in the chat in a few minutes for anyone who hasn't had the chance to join but would like to join. We monitor that, so we have to admit you as well. So if for some reason your name is, looks different on LinkedIn or it's a different language or something, be sure to just message me directly, because sometimes it's hard to know. We want to make sure we keep the group just for Tech Women and Tech Girls. So feel free to shoot me a message if for some reason you haven't been accepted yet. But we're excited to continue to use that platform for you all to connect.
Great. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then we have IIE legacy funding and updates. So I'll pass it back over to Kelty to talk about using round 2 funding.
Yeah, I'll start us off. So in terms of current round 2 funding, for those of you that have already submitted a proposal, please let us know how you plan to use that funding. I know it was an interesting year, to say the least, for 2020, and so we're happy to extend the date by which you use that funding through the end of 2021. So keep that in mind when you're in your breakout rooms and as you're planning for club activities, that you're still able to utilize whatever is left of that funding. And for those clubs that have yet to submit a proposal, please do so in the next couple of months. Again, we're hoping that this summit will spark some ideas for you in terms of how you'd like to move forward with the clubs. Oh, sorry, if you could mute yourself. Thank you. And so please just continue to connect and be in touch with me in terms of how you'd like to use the round 2 funding if you have not submitted a proposal. Again, that's for $1,000 and you'll be able to use that through 2021. And as you're thinking about going through the funding, and even if your activities have changed in your original proposal, that's completely fine. Just be in touch with us and let us know what you're thinking in terms of utilizing that funding, as long as it's really getting at the goals of bringing Tech Women and Tech Girls alumni together, strengthening this community, strengthening the STEM community in your home countries, all of those main priorities. We're happy to support those activities. And be sure to connect with your embassies as well as you're thinking about some of the things that you'd like to do with the funding that you have or potential funding. We've heard a lot from the embassies in your countries asking about what you're up to, asking how they can support you. So they're a wonderful additional resource apart from us and Tech Girls in terms of having another thought partner for planning out your activities and your plans for your club in the coming year. So if you haven't been doing so already, please connect with them and talk with them. They might be able to provide even additional support in terms of space when it's safe for you all to gather, and just help in reaching out to other alumni. And in terms of other funding coming up, so apart from this round 2 funding that we're still going through, which is from IIE, in 2021, we will be announcing joint funding between IIE and Legacy. So we know that it can be a somewhat onerous process for you to submit different proposals to different point people at Tech Women and Tech Girls. And so Legacy and I really wanted to streamline the process for you. And so for our next round of funding, we'll be combining forces so that you just have to submit one joint proposal to the both of us for this combined funding. And this combined funding will be $1,750. We realize you probably aren't quite ready to use that, but we do want to let you know that that will be forthcoming in 2021. So when you're especially thinking about perhaps in-person activities that you can do, know that you'll have a much bigger budget to support things like travel and any of these other activities that you might want to partake in 2021.
Yeah.
So again, we'll have more details on that, especially as we wrap up some of these round 2 funding processes.
That's great. Thank you so much, Kelty. And in terms of like what you might be thinking like, what can I use this money on? Well, there's like a lot of options, but one, group of options, considering that we're all in this virtual time together, we were thinking about, you might think about buying a virtual conferencing membership like Zoom, for example, or if you're bumping up your, if there's another Skype membership or so. I know a lot of these things are free, but sometimes they limit the number of people or the amount of time. So buying a membership could, increase the number of people or time that you could spend on that platform. Again, these are not mandatory, they're just sort of ideas. If you're thinking of building your own country website for Tech Women, Tech Girls, you might use some of that funding for that. Or for a system like MailChimp where you can mass mail people, or Slack or other tools your club could use. And then of course, once it's safe and once you've consulted with your embassy about where you can meet and how many people can meet, maybe use it for in-person club meetings as well. I know I'm also very excited about getting back into the in-person mode, and I imagine many of you are as well. So any questions on these before we jump into your updates?
So can you please restate the goal of this funding? Like you stated on what exactly it could be spent, but for the what goal, because I wasn't catching up a little bit.
Sure. Kelty, do you want to go through that one?
Sure. So the main goal is really just to support Tech Women, Tech Girls clubs and activities that bring together these two communities in support of strengthening your relationships with one another. So alumni across both programs and activities that you want to do with one another, whether that's some of the activities that you're working on in local schools, in your other STEM communities, mentorship activities, follow-on project activities, but really to strengthen the relationships between both of you, and make sure that you're also doing outreach if you'd like in terms of the STEM communities in your home countries. So any kind of outreach also for open application periods, mentorship, all of those types of things, as long as program alumni from both countries are involved within these types of activities.
That's great. Thank you for that
Thank
question.
you very much.
LT, can I ask one thing, please?
Yeah, sure.
You mentioned that we will have two like options, benefits. The first one, 1,000 from IIE itself, and then the joint from IIE and Legacy, like 1,700. It is the separate.
So right now is round 2 funding. So Mutriba for Tajikistan, you've already received that. There are some clubs that have not received that yet as they didn't submit a proposal.
1,000.
Yeah, but Tajikistan, you've already received that funding. And so that's something that you should already have in support of your activities. And so the next round of funding will be joint funding from IIE and Legacy, from Tech Women and Tech Girls. And that will be just one proposal that you submit to both of us for that amount of $1,750.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great questions. Any other questions? All right, so let's move along to find out what you guys are up to. And Kelty, I know you've been in contact with the clubs, and so maybe you can tell us about the, who's going first and how we're gonna hear about the club updates.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to actually go by alphabetical order, and thank you to everyone for emailing me back and letting me know who will be giving updates during today's summit. And so really we just want to hear about what you've been up to since May, how you've been staying in touch with the other program alumni from Tech Women and Tech Girls, how you're collaborating, if you've been working with the US Embassy in your country and how. And a little bit about your club coordinating committee or leadership structure and how that's working for you. And then of course, any ideas that you've been discussing so far in terms of 2021 plans. And so I'd like to start with the Kazakhstan club.
Just as a quick note as well, I'll be playing timekeeper here. So if you see like a little 2 minute, that's a 1 minute. I'm so sorry. This is a 1 minute and this is no time to see, just so we keep on track with our timing. So if you're speaking, just keep a lookout for me because I'll be having my little sheets of paper and I'll be sure to let you know if we run out of time. So if I'm interrupting you, it's only just to let you know about time.
Thank you for that. So do we have anyone from Kazakhstan on the line? I'm trying to see if we do.
I can say something. So there was a meeting with National Alumni Network in the autumn, and my personal website company, and they and National Alumni Network are now collaborating on their program, on their mentorship program. So we are making a website for them for their mentorship program, kind of like that. This is the main connection that has been going.
Okay. And that's been with Tech Women and Tech Girls in terms of this collaboration?
Yes, National Alumni Network is run by, I guess, Tech Women alumni. Yeah.
Great. And let's see, do we have, I know, Diana or Janara on the line? Doesn't necessarily look like it. All right.
Hi, I can turn on my camera.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Arijan.
So I'm very happy to see you all here. And due to Corona, we didn't have real meetings, and also I don't know, did 2020 Tech Girls had it, but I know that Tech Girls alumni from 2019 and 2020 we had design it was something like a workshop organized by US Embassy, I guess, for us. So that's the only thing I know that what we've done. But I guess we should ask maybe Tech Woman. Today is a little bit busy to join. So maybe we'll ask them later and then write you. Yeah.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Do you know today is Kazakhstan's holiday? Today is the Independent Day.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Thank you, Daria.
For this reason, we cannot see Diana Tsoy here. And I saw her and she sent me text here, but now I can see her. I suppose Diana could tell you more about that.
Great. Thank you for letting us know.
So we're working together and we're some kind of connected, but it's mostly was her responsibility, probably because of this holiday. Today, participants from Kazakhstan are something a little bit busy.
Yeah.
It could not participate all of them.
Great. Yeah, thank you for letting us know. And we realize, I know with many clubs, obviously 2020 has been a difficult year, so maybe not much has happened, but it's great to hear that you're still able to be in touch with one another and are talking about some plans moving forward. So that's great. Thank you for that. All right. Let's see, let's move to Kyrgyzstan then. I believe, Elena, you said that you would be able to give updates. Would you like to let us know what your club has been up to? Let's see, do we see Elena? Not sure.
Here.
All right, do we have anyone else from Kyrgyzstan?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the Kyrgyz.
That's okay.
How are you? So as you already know, we couldn't do a lot, unfortunately, that we have planned in 2019, but from the May and summer of the 2020, we had a little bit of workshops and kind of meetings in Zoom where we can like talk about how to more productive and fun to spend a quarantine in home and like some things like that.
Oops.
Gathering,
Oh, I think we might be losing you. Okay, I think you're back now, Celia. Sorry, the connection was a bit slow for a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So
Celia,
right
can you turn your video off?
now have been in 2 languages, in Kyrgyz and Russian, and also have already planned for a budget 2021, and we want to do the second summit in the 2021, the next year, and also we want to do a STEAM teachers contest. So we can involve more teachers in our country to teach about more STEM sphere and get more people interested in that. So I think that's all.
Great, thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, we were in touch with Elena earlier this week about your round 2 proposal and some of your ideas for an in-person summit and teacher training. So that's great to hear that all of you have been talking about that and able to stay connected. Thank you. All right, is anybody, I don't think I see anyone else from Kyrgyzstan on the line, but if you have anything to add, let us know.
I see, let's see, we got Celia, Elmira, and Kanzada.
Oh, we do. Got it.
So I don't know if you guys want to jump in with anything. Feel free.
If not, that's okay too.
No problem.
Let's move on to Club Tajikistan then. I think, Mahina, you were going to give updates. Is that correct?
Hello once more.
Hello.
My name is Nina Osmanova from Tajikistan. I represent TechWomen-TechGirls Club Tajikistan. Thank you very much for your effort and focus on the community development in Central Asia. In fact, you are doing a huge job in connecting and strengthening us by this project. May I switch my presentation?
Sure. Bernia, would you be able to give Mahina control to share her presentation?
You should be all set.
I think it's all set, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Just a moment.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Just a moment.
Sure, take your time.
Okay, so yeah, it should be noted that a huge number of events were held. If you allow me, I will briefly tell you about them. These events were carried out with the active participation of all the women and tech girl clubs members, as well as a close cooperation with American Corners and U.S. Embassy. First, on July 26th, the panel discussion Technovation Girls Challenge, experience of participations of Central Asia countries was held. Ambassadors from Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan discussed the results of the competition. Anzurat and Mutriba from Tajikistan analyzed the results of competition there. Next, July 10, 5 of our Tech Women Fellows who worked as mentors in Technovation project shared the experience of participation and discussed problems they faced in the process of participation. The most, and I participate in this discussion online. It was organized by American Space Dushanbe. The most enjoyable event was Technovation Celebration event, which took place in July from 24 till 26, with the participation of more than 200 girls from Sugdi region, Dushanbe, Kanyabadam, Jaborosov, and 5 regions of our Tajikistan. The event was very memorable for them. Next, on August 6, the webinar in the theme of Women in STEM was held. It was organized also by American Space Khujand. I had a speech about science, technology, engineering, and outdated stereotypes that we have in our society. And in August 15, was held hackathon named Implementation of the Ready-Made Software Project. We girls from Tech Women participated in this hackathon and organized a webinar for the participants of this competition. The next November 4, the summit, the role of women and in the industrialization of the country, was held by the Tech Women 2050, Gulnora Anvarova from Dushanbe. It was a great event which united Dushanbe, Khujand universities. The Polytechnic Institute participated online, and there was more than 100 women and girls from Dushanbe and 60 girls teachers from our university. Next. And it should be noted that each year government of our town and region engages female student activists from each university and conduct for them courses and prepare for future leadership activities. This year, 28 female students from Khujand took part in it. I gave a one-year-day seminar named Who is a Women Leader? The workshop was very useful. I like it. Next, I want to represent Zevar webinar or her online event. Participants of Tech Women also 2018. She held a very useful cybersecurity webinar for the audience of American Corner in Dushanbe. In the days of International Education Week, together with the community of alumni of American programs, we had a very pleasant conversation. I was a speaker. The conversation took place on November. 2020 under the name Mentor Talks. I spoke about the experience of mentoring and asked everyone to join our movement to be a mentors as well. Also, in these days, in International Education Week, our Tech Girls presented very useful online meeting organized by American Space Dushanbe. It was very inspiring meeting for other girls. Okay, and together American alumni programs, the US held a campaign of 60 days of activism against violence. We covered to the years that it's very easy to live in peace, and we try to bring some harmony and peace for every family, and that is we did with American Corner and USANT. It's United of alumni of Tajikistan. The next event is a big event, was held for girls, Technovation season, a new Technovation season with more than 100 participants. It should be noted that Tech Women graduates, also me and Zorat, Mutriba, Zevar and Dilkash Malohat. We started new season. Many mentors and parents help us. So Technovation season starts. We are very happy to have this project because girls are very inspired. And such events was held also in Dushanbe and Khorog. In Dushanbe, the events was held by Anzurat, Tech Women 2060, and Zevar and Dilkash Malohat and Mavluda from Khorog. All members of the club are very active. And now, according to the proposal that was written for the activities of the Tech Women and Tech Girls Club for 2020, from Dushanbe, all events were related to Technovation project. They were passed 100%. Concerning of SOGD region, it was planned to hold Mozilla clubs. In American Corner, the club was held by 3 Tech Women, Mutriba, me, and Mahina Khon Suleimanova. In connection with COVID, the club didn't work in summer, but since October, I resumed the work of the club. But again, the virus became the problem. Parents did not let their children come. We started to work out online and participate online, but the quality of internet was very low. The participants were poorly connected. But we tried to work with in this direction. Some of the funds are still in stock. I plan to use them to buy internet package for participants in December, this month. The members of club in Khorog, you see them in a picture now, also could not walk through the schools due to the pandemic. They campaigned to attract members through social media, and there was enough participants for Technovation program. The plan have been completed. So thank you for your attention. If there are some questions, I'm glad to answer them.
That's great. Thank you so much, Mahina. What a wonderful presentation. And I just love seeing how you've still managed to do all of these things despite the challenges. I know you were talking about schools being closed and parents having some challenges wanting to send their children to activities. But despite all of that, it seems like you've been able to really persevere with Technovation and continue with Mozilla clubs and other activities at the American Corner, and connect with a lot of tech girls in different regions throughout Tajikistan. So that's really amazing. And we really, yes, lots of applause emojis going around. That's great. Thank you so much for that great presentation. And we'll have a chance to open it up if any of you have questions after we hear from the remaining clubs. Would love to get your thoughts. And I know maybe you have some questions for Mahina or the other women from Tajikistan on the line about how they were able to do all of this despite some of these challenges. So we'll give you a chance to ask those questions in just a few minutes, but we'd like to finish up with the remainder of the club updates. So next I'm going to ask the Uzbekistan club to present their updates. I know there's a few people that wanted to have the opportunity to speak and share some things, so I'll let you take that away.
Yes, hello. Can I share my screen?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So hello everyone. Thank you for opportunity for sharing our updates and experience in our club, in our committee. So I would like to start with our one of the main event of our club. It was on September 20. It was the second summit. Thanks to IAE funding, we could do it through a Zoom platform, and so the main goals for our summit was to meet a new cohort of tech women and tech girls and share our experience and our knowledge, which we gain through program, and our achievements after program. And we also discussed about our current projects and new ideas, how we can do some mutual projects and activities within our club. And about 20 tech women and tech girls fellows, including a new cohort, participated in this event. And at the end of the summit, we decided to work on some projects, Eco-Network project, which also is funded by IAE, although we'll more deeply describe about it. And we identified few topics on developing soft skills of club members. The next one. Ozoda.
Yeah. Thank you, Sitora. So hello to everyone. So I would like to talk about our online meeting, which was organized by US Embassy in Uzbekistan. So this event was organized for tech girls and tech women of Uzbekistan alumni. They were participants from US Ambassador Rosenberg, embassy colleagues, and Uzbekistan tech women and tech girls, and they were speakers from US who are cybersecurity experts, Brianna and Brian, and the topic was on cloud computing, e-learning, and teleworking, and we also discussed together with them about future collaboration. Together with tech women and tech girls and with those experts. And we are really thankful for Embassy for organizing, and Brian and Brianna, they are in Uzbekistan for 2 years, and we really hope to meet face to face, and looking forward to work together with them. And next slide. So I would like to talk about our mutual projects, which we are going to implement together with tech women and tech girls. And one of the news is that we got a funding by IIE, because actually due to pandemic coronavirus this year we couldn't use the funding for face-to-face meetings, and we decided to use most funding for our projects. Mostly activities we are planning for next year. Beginning of next year we are going to announce painting contests in schools and recognition kits and environmental calendar and outreach activities. So there are lots of activities which we are planning. So this year, due to quarantine, we postponed several activities later, but we are working on that. And here we can see our new logo, which was also created by our tech woman, Maria, which we really love. And yeah, that's all about our project. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, can you hear me well?
Yep.
So I'm Sadia, TechGirls 2019, and talking about my updates about my community project. So during, as you can see, like the 2020 was the challenging time, and looking at the like opportunities like girls have during this lockdown, I have decided to create my continue my own project, and I have gathered 40 girls from 7 different countries and taught them STEM basics, but not only me, but also like Tech Girls 2019 from the US, from Uzbekistan, and other girls who are in STEM and already kind of pursuing their careers in STEM. Also helped me to lead my sessions, and we had 6 interactive sessions with these 40 girls. And so I was the organizer, and the project, like the sessions were free. And next slide, please. So also talking about Olima's project. Olima is Tech Girl 2019 from Uzbekistan as well. I think she couldn't join, but as we had in summer an accident in Gulistan region, we had kind of a dump accident in the region, so she decided to lead her project, and the goal was to teach the victims of Sartopa reservoir accident to learn and use basic Microsoft Office tools. And I can say that she is still in her region and still helping other people, and she's active and she wants to continue her project, and the name of her project is Helping Hands. Next, please. So also one of the exciting things in 2020 that happened is that I and Sevara from Uzbekistan were blessed to have this opportunity, and we became the Tech Girls Advisory Councils, and we chose paths, like I chose advocacy, where I will be taking some like internship in public speaking, and Sevara chose mentorship, and she will be teaching girls STEM. So also this year, from August to December, I participated in Technovation Girls Fergana Valley. This is like the regional program, and that held with the help of Yelena Selezneva. She's a tech woman from Uzbekistan, and she was our mentor, coordinator, and we got like 4 months education. We are experts from Oracle, from the Oracle company. We were taught to take videos, write business plans, and also to coding as well, and the mentoring of team on educational projects. So in December this month we will end all sessions. And next one, please. Also, as the Tech Girls ambassador, I have organized the Tech Girls session in Ibrat boarding school. where I have gathered like 15 girls and talked about my experience and the application process and told them about the deadline so that they can apply.
Also, our committee members organized on December 13 the TechGirls outreach session. Before that, we placed announcement through social networks. We informed more than 20 high schools and licensed flags American consuls for international education, technovation. British consul helped us to promote announcement about our TechGirl outreach session. More than 90 girls registered for this event. And our TechGirls fellows share their experience, amazing experience during TechGirls program, and told about their project, about their mutual project with TechWomen fellows. And also they gave some tips how can prospective candidates apply and about application processes, and answered to all questions of girls.
So also this year, I and Nargiza had this opportunity to work in the U.S. Embassy Tashkent's program called Regional Alumni Representatives. So as the problem of like exchange programs in countries is that many like alumni lose their connection to U.S. Embassy, and they just stop kind of participating in workshops. So in order to find this kind of alumni and to work with them to collaborate and do like more workshops and support exchange programs, we are working in this position. For example, I'm a regional alumni representative of my region and Nargiza of hers, and we get honorarium for that as well. We organize 2 events for a month, and that is really great. That is a really great opportunity to reunite with other people. And the U.S. Embassy Tashkent helps us. They gave us fundings, and that's a really great opportunity we had.
That's all.
That's great. Thank you so much for all of these wonderful updates. Great to see that you're working so closely with the U.S. Embassy and are continuing to connect, and great to hear about your second summit and all of the other things with your eco project that you're working on. Wonderful work, and thank you for sharing all of that with all of us. Before we open it up to questions and a general discussion about the updates that we've all heard, wanted to give the opportunity to Dina from Kazakhstan, who joined us, just to add in a few quick updates if she has any. Dina, would you like to share just a few quick things with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Yeah.
Again, I'm so sorry for joining you guys so
No
late.
worries. Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Unfortunately, we haven't faced such a fancy presentation, you know, and you guys, you're amazing. Again, I managed to see all these presentations. Oh my God, so many activities. Way to go, guys. What I wanted to tell you about our activities in Kazakhstan. So unfortunately, we postponed most of the activities due to, of course, COVID restrictions and so on and so forth. However, we had a meeting with our TechWomen and TechGirls, and we were thinking about our plans for 2021. What we decided, and actually we managed to accomplish some of them even this year, we decided not to halt any events on our own, but to join to some ongoing events and talking about the TechWomen or TechGirls and adding this component, you know, to these ongoing events and ongoing programs. And what we have done so far, for instance, especially regarding this TechGirls component, we collaborated with the American Corners around Kazakhstan. And for instance, on the 9th of December, Amina was talking about TechGirls. The topic of that event was opportunities for STEM girls, and she was talking about TechGirls, and also I was talking about the TechGirls program when I was invited to the lecture in Karaganda. So I was talking to high school students, and I added a component about TechGirls to my presentation. Also here in Astana, we also did a presentation to Astana High School students, and we also talked about TechGirls program. We had a meeting with the BI Group. It's an organization here in Kazakhstan, and we talked about the TechWomen program and the opportunities that our women in STEM have. So you see, we were trying to join some ongoing events and talk about TechWomen and raise awareness about these programs. Because organizing event on our own, we decided it would be a bit costly and it would require lots of resources, and we could not, unfortunately, do it, this year. But we have plans for 2021, and we decided, and we actually requested an online Zoom platform so that we could think of some other events that we can do maybe in 2021. But of course, we would continue trying, to join all these sessions and trying to add these components in all the events that we have here in Kazakhstan, because our tech women and our tech girls, they invited to so many places and to so many organizations, and we can always add this component to our presentations and lectures. And of course, we have a good collaboration with the US Embassy, and at the end of November, we also had a meeting of in-person meeting, by the way, of National Alumni Network, and we also talked about the TechWomen program, and we gave a presentation to some women that were interested in this program. Of course, not so many people because we have these restrictions, up to 20 people. So yes, not so many events organized so far, but this is like briefly what we have done. Thank you so much, Kaladi, again. And thank you, everyone. Again, such a great job, and it's a good example to Kazakhstan team.
It's great. Thank you so much for those updates. Great to hear a little bit more about how you've been presenting tech women and tech girls across Kazakhstan and some of your plans for 2021. So thank you for joining us and adding on to the other updates. I do see very quickly that Elena from Kyrgyzstan has joined us. And just wanted to see, Elena, since we're finishing up our updates, if you had anything that you'd like to add about Kyrgyzstan activities. We did hear a little bit from some of the tech girls on that, but if you'd like to add anything.
Let's see. She jumped off again.
Oh, she jumped off. Oh no. Okay. I saw her quickly, but maybe some technical difficulties. No problems. All right. Well, Brittany, I'll hand it over to you to get the discussion going about ideas that are coming up for people.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Oh, she's coming back in. Here we go. So yeah, just thinking about, what you've just seen. I don't know if you can see my screen here. Yeah. Oh, here it is. There we go. Yeah, just thinking about what everyone just shared out, whether that was from someone in your club or if it was someone from a different club and you're like, how on earth are they doing that? Or how did they make that happen? Or what are the conditions happening in your country right now? And just kind of a way to sort of cross-pollinate ideas. We just want to think about what was valuable to you personally from those updates, and if you have any questions from one another, and you can feel free to just type these in the chat, or feel free to just unmute yourself and just speak out if you're like, wow, I really liked what X country did, wonder how to do that, like how could we get that set up?
Can I just say like how proud I feel from the updates that I heard from girls, especially tech girls from Uzbekistan. Even though I'm from Uzbekistan, it's like maybe not nice to be proud of your own, I mean, like crowd. But yeah, I felt very, very, very proud of what they have done. Thanks, girls from Tajikistan. I felt very inspired as well. And I think like a year ago when we had a similar event, I remember I was like really inspired by what girls from Kyrgyzstan did that. So they were, I guess the only, maybe the only country that had this presentation, a nice presentation, and a lot of updates. And I was like, oh my God, they have done so much. And I was so happy that this year, I mean, like that our girls kind of um, took that lesson and then they did really a great job. um, but yeah, it was like very interesting to see all those updates. Even though I am from Uzbekistan, I kind of don't get that much of time to be in touch with everyone, and it was really nice to hear all those amazing things happening. And actually, even though I'm not in this list, I'm also like contributing a lot to the community in terms of like promoting IT education. So I'm a country coordinator, and I said I think I spoke about it like several times before as well. So I'm a country coordinator for RSS school, which teaches like full stack development, and it's really intensive course, and we have like almost 200 applications for every 6 months, but not many finishes that school. uh, but yeah, I'm kind of proud of the work that we are doing, which is probably separate from Tech Women and Tech Girls, but it's still like a community development, I would say. And we have really amazing students there, and we have amazing mentors there who are like supporting those students. So that would be like a very small update, which is not in the presentation, but that was, I think that's not really part of the Tech Women itself, but it's still geared towards the education in STEM field. Yeah, thank you.
Cool, thank you so much. We're proud of all the Central Asian clubs as well. Any other thoughts, just comments that you had or things that you thought were kind of valuable?
I have one small question. So my name is Ivar, Tech Woman 2018. I had a challenge which I couldn't solve maybe when the pandemic started and all of us were like forced to sit at home and do the work virtually. And I thought that there are a lot of like old people who cannot use the smartphones, internet, and other IT technologies. With the support of IT girls, we decided like create the course for the elder people. So we created a program, we found the place, and we did a lot of announcements in social media, in any streams which we could imagine for ourselves. But finally, we got only 5 people in the group, only 5. And after first lesson, they all like gone. I think maybe they decide not to go at this time and to risk themselves, to find the risks for themselves. And so this was the sad challenge to me. If any one of you has same experience and can advise me anything what to do in this situation, or how to realize such courses for older people, I will be very appreciated.
So is it like I'm sorry that maybe I didn't get the whole idea, but it feels like the demand was not there, was it? So you made the course, or like can you?
So we created the course, and the last step was to collect the group, but the group, but we couldn't collect the group.
Yeah, so that was the issue with the demand, right? So you thought that this is for old people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think because of the situation of illness, or maybe It's because they think they're not so good in technologies. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, I think I also used to have this issue when I faced this issue before, when I thought that something is good for some group, and then I realized that the demand is not there, or maybe the outreach was not right. But yeah, I think it's very important from the very beginning to know your target audience, so that you know, like, what are their needs, not like based on your assumptions, but on the reality, sort of. It's more like talking to people, asking them if they really need what you want to give them, because if they don't need it, then probably we need to find some other crowd.
Yes.
I can just add, I saw one of our tech girls from Kazakhstan 2019 ISFOLDs mentioned about organizing courses to teenagers to help their families, so their grandparents. I think that's a really great idea, to look at making a course for basically trainers of trainers, if you will, so that they can share that with their family.
Like
Especially,
TOT. Yeah.
exactly. Especially like given the circumstances where people are limited really to their family and access is more challenging, maybe you could conduct a session virtually to the teenagers who have better internet, technology skills, and then they could teach, their grandparents or, elderly. So that's an amazing idea. Just one of my amazing tech girls.
Thank you.
But I think that's been an issue for many people, regardless of the audience, particularly with the coronavirus, just engagement and how to keep people engaged. So that's great to hear what's been successful for all of you.
Yeah. And I see Rehona's comment too, that she also had a similar challenge and is trying to find ways around that, continuing to get in touch with more people.
Yeah, actually, may I add that hello everyone. I know that this year we had virtual camp, and that was a great experience for me. So I have decided to organize my own club. That is not so big. I mean, it's not extended to the country, but still I'm trying to contribute myself into my community in my license. So I have organized it with Nadia, also TechGirls alumna from 2020. We have together organized the course for our license school for everybody. That was tech community, where we started to teach both boys and girls for IT skills, and also we tried to you know that nowadays most youngsters cannot decide with their future career because they don't know their interests. They can't just find out their interests. So we have decided to show them what is an IT sphere is, and maybe they could find themselves in it. And when we organized that, and recently we had a first session, unfortunately very few people joined it. Maybe that was because nowadays this is coronavirus and most people got a little bit busy at home or just dismotivated. But still we are trying to engage more people via social networks, just trying to collaborate with other people who have also bigger projects than ours, so they could help us with collecting people together.
That's great. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I think we'll move on to our breakout rooms now. Let me share screens with you. There we go.
And before we do the breakout rooms, feel free to say I'd like to do a quick picture while we have everyone.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do a picture. Okay. Anyone who wants to be in a picture, turn on your camera and feel free to give a smile or a thumbs up or give one of these little emoji reactions or whatever you'd like. Let me make this big so I can get a good full screen here. And smile for both pictures. I think I'm going to take 2 or 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, and let me save that one. And we'll go back to slide 2 here. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Cheese. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Yay, I can't wait to see this picture.
The second one was like, all the drama. Let's see. Okay, cool. So let me share with you what we're going to be discussing in the breakout rooms, because we just heard some updates from all the different clubs, and we were thinking, let's give you guys a chance, like 15 minutes or so, just to start thinking about the club leadership structure in your club and maybe how it rotates. Like, are you planning to do annual rotations or every 6 months? Just various things about your club structure. And then some other things to consider. I mean, you can discuss any of these, anything that stands out to you, like, we should really talk about this, right? So given everything that's going on, what do you want to do to move forward with your club over the next 3 to 6 months? And what has been, what practices have been successful already? So those are just some questions to consider. Feel free to kind of go off-roading. If you get into a really interesting topic, don't feel like you need to stick to exactly these questions. So we do want you to select a facilitator, somebody who can kind of just open the room. You can self-select yourself and just say, okay, let's open it up and, kind of get the conversation going and take notes so that you can share those with IIE and Legacy afterwards. And we'll have like a very short sort of summary when we come back all together. Let's see, I see something in the chat. Okay, no, that's fine. So we'll just go into our breakout rooms. We've broken you up basically into country groups, except Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan are together. If you find it more useful and you're in a country group where everyone speaks your same language, feel free to do that. Kelty and Haley and Mary and I are going to be in the background. We're just going to be like cameras off, so don't worry about us. This is all about you. So whatever helps you guys best, and I will go ahead and start the breakout rooms. We'll have about 15 minutes. So again, thinking about your club leadership structure, what's working for you, given everything that's going on, where do you want to move in the next 3 to 6 months with your club, and what's been successful about your club practices, okay? So everybody hold your breath. I'm going to open all the rooms. Here we go. Hi again.
You connected me to the Tajikistan session room.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me make sure that I get you into the right one. Successful. 1 second. Broadcast. Okay. Let me see. Join. Oops. No. Let's see. Tech Girl. Oh yeah, I do see that. Oh my goodness. All right. You should get an invite now. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So
And everyone is silent.
I would suggest to go to Samarkand maybe to have our third summit if it's gonna be in person.
That sounds like an adventure.
Yeah, we're just kind of bored sitting at home.
Yeah, yeah. You are in Namangan, right now, or you moved to Tashkent?
Yeah, I moved.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Клуб, получается, да? У нас получилось так, что параллельно с клубом у нас еще открылось сообщество ТКИМ, и мы активно начали это сообщество продвигать, как TechWomen, только ТКИМ, да, как бы TechWomen, да, с кыргызского языка. Соответственно, у нас, получается, часть наших выпускниц стали активными уже участницами этого сообщества, и мы, получается, подумали так, что мы, в принципе, мемберов, координационный совет сделаем именно
Hi, Anzara. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm going to send you over to the Tajikistan breakout room. So you should get an invitation to head over to that breakout room.
Привет, девочки.
Ой, откуда-то этот знакомый голос.
Знакомый голос, Тоба.
О, почему Анзурат Касымова тут пишет?
Потому
your sync. So what do you think about it?
Also, do you want to say something?
You can start, Manila.
I mean, like, I can only say from the experience of my current colleague, who is like 20 years old, I think, and I was asking him like why he, like several years back, he decided that he will start studying IT and etc. So what he said was that he saw some of his, like one of his friends doing some cool things, like building some cool things, and that what get him into this field. So I was thinking maybe you can think about like a very, very, very small project which will still require a lot of skills. But if you say that as a result of this 3 weeks like training, they will build something like whatever you show, right, as an end result, then maybe you will get more people motivated. And I think like the beauty of this field is that you can build something with your own hands, and like you feel like you are like sort of a creator of things. And when people get that power to create something, I guess that makes them really motivated to come into this field, no matter what their interests are. Like, I mean, you can still create in different fields, right? So that would be my thing, my suggestion, again, based on what he said. And then I also think like it would be nice if you involve some more experienced people, because maybe students would it's not that I'm saying that peer, like, how do you say it, like when you see your own peer teaching you, it's different from when you see someone who has more
это месяц какой? Agile месяц мы сделали, да, то есть мы Connect сделали там с Кремниевой долиной, местных экспертов подключали, да, то есть стараемся вот раскачивать этот бренд, в принципе. Но я думаю, знаете, вот так как это мы очень много у нас в Кыргызстане волонтерим. Мы TechNovation волонтерим, TechWomen волонтерим, там TechWomen-TechGirls Club волонтерим. Мне кажется,
да.
нужно какой-то, не знаю, какой-то мотивейшн придумать. Мы вот еще в прошлом году не додумали по этой части. Кто бы мог взять вот на следующий год, допустим. Мне кажется, есть девочки, могут взять TechWomen-TechGirls Club, но нужно вот более с ожиданием уточнить, что от нас ожидает. Мы недавно написали roadmap новый, планы на 6 месяцев. И так получилось, что мы туда вставили вот TechWomen-TechGirls Mentorship программ, потом Summit, и еще мы сделали там STEM-конкурс для учителей, то есть провести на STEM-конкурс для учителей. И почему-то вот мне с АИИ сказали, что вообще финансирование должно направлено на то, чтобы усилить взаимодействие и потенциал TechWomen-TechGirls. Я говорю, ну, например, STEM-конкурс для учителей — это тоже contribution to the community, да, такой вот шаг, чтобы мы провели и активизировали, там, говорю, там могут участвовать и TechGirls, там могут участвовать TechWomen, да, то есть мы, в принципе, хотим показать, что активно TechWomen-TechGirls как бы продвигает STEM у нас в Кыргызстане.
У нас 4 минуты, поэтому, думаю, нужно перейти на discussion. По сути, да, все проблемы, которые вы сказали, на самом деле реальны. Ну, мне кажется, сфера именно вот всего такого leadership, мероприятий, такого, в Казахстане и Кыргызстане достаточно схожи, и основной проблемой является именно децентрализированность, что ли, в плане всего, если честно. То есть, например, у нас в Казахстане такая ситуация в плане мероприятий социального характера, волонтерства, все инстаграм-страницы открывают, и все туда-сюда ходят, и непонятно, что где происходит. И поэтому активные люди везде-то одинаковые.
The Girls Club, and I think together all of us we can think and participate. Why not?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I do appreciate your advices.
Yeah.
Talking about the practices that were successful, what can we do in our further events for 3 to 6 months?
Yeah. Good question.
We have 2 minutes. Yeah. I'm taking notes, by the way.
So we are planning to the third summit. Yes, it is the next year. Is our first event, our first plan.
We were planning that was on March, right, Sitora?
Yes, on March.
Will it be online or offline?
We're thinking about it. Maybe we can do it in person if everything okay with pandemic situation.
Like last year, I mean, like this earlier this year, beginning of this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. It was really cool.
As Sadia proposed, maybe we will do it in Samarkand or outside of city.
Maybe mountains, we'll see.
Maybe, yes.
And then dancing.
Yeah. And also, actually, in our Eco Network project, we're planning organizing environmental outreach activities. It could be either tree planting, either cleaning. So actually, these events we organized it for 2020, but due to pandemic, we had to postpone. Hopefully next year, we will do it all together. It's either on March 3rd, World Wildlife Day, either on World Environmental Day, and we also have Earth Day. So one of these days, I think we can also choose and organize our mutual activity together, all with TechWomen and TechGirls.
Yeah, that would be great. Don't forget to invite
So we are
everyone.
welcome, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We also planned organize some soft skill how to say webinars or invite some speakers and something like that for our club members.
So you have already planned everything. You just have to you have to inform us. So what's on the menu for the next 6 months, please? What else?
Shahzada, would you like to add anything?
I think you're going to end the breakout room in 4 seconds. So I heard Sadia, you took notes. Maybe after the meeting, you guys can share out your notes.
Victoria, sorry, what did you say about the last thing?
You're talking to me?
Tora can help, I think. You can do it together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hope you weren't holding your breath that whole time. I'm always like,
Mahina, I saw your kiddo.
oh, so cute. All right, I think we have everybody back here. Let me start my video. Oh, I'm back. Okay, cool. Well, I hope that was really helpful for you guys to get a chance to, see what else is going on in your club or maybe in other clubs if you were paired up with another club. So we'll just give you a few minutes to kind of share out what you found from that experience, what was useful. Did you get any ideas? Did you talk about any challenges? What was interesting to you? Maybe about something someone else is doing. So let me stop share and feel free to just jot it in the chat or just unmute yourself.
Okay, let me start then.
Yeah, please.
Okay, during this 15 minutes, we could discuss about our future plans, how we're gonna develop our TechWomen-TechGirls Club, how we're gonna cooperate with each other, and about, of course, the staff that we wanna change a little bit. And for some regions, we discussed to have the same person. For example, in Hujan, Mahina will be in this club, and for the representative of Dushan, I want to add that we would like to have the representative for the club member from each region, and there are 3 main regions in Tajikistan. This is Dushanbe, Kharok, and Hujan, and from Hujan, Mahina will keep going with the being a member from TechWomen-TechGirls Club. For Dushanbe, we will have 2 new people. This is Zevar, and Najiba will support her. Will help her to organize some club activities. And from Kharok, we have Dilkash. She will keep working with the club. For the main activity will be we will work with the three directions. The first of all, of course, we learned a lot that Technovation is a great resource, is a great thing to develop for the future, and we will develop this Technovation. First of all, this year we started the third season, and we're gonna develop the regions to add more regions from Tajikistan, where we see a great passion and interest from all over the country, and we're gonna move to this direction. And the second direction will be we have some alumni from Mozilla, me, Mahina, and Zivar, the alumni from the Mozilla, and we would like to activate our Mozilla club, which will be work with the, first of all, providing online resources to our club members and other who want to join us, who are interested in this sphere, and the activities for now will be just online as for COVID-19, and for future, of course, it will be more effective. It will give more effect to do them offline, and we're gonna do by the help of our American corners. They are great. I would like to mention the great support and the great help of our American of our US embassy that always help us, always ready to support us, and we would like to work with them in this direction. And the second, we start recently the great initiative with the starting time for women platform, and the main goal is to connect all the women in the country, all who are interested in IT, who are professionals, who are beginners, who wanna support each other, support the next generation of girls to bring to this field IT. And we as a Tech Women and Tech Girls alumni, we would like to include to start with a motivational speech to inspire the next generation, and we will make some videos to inspire the other girls. And yeah, this is a little bit about activities.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's great.
Thank you so much. Can I say it just, we were talking, Team Kazakhstan was talking, of course, about challenges, because we cannot understand how you guys are doing it, and we are so embarrassed. I mean, every time when we hear about what you guys doing, like with Team Uzbekistan, Team Tajikistan, Team Kyrgyzstan, like, oh my God, we're so embarrassed. So why we're not doing anything? I mean, we're doing something, but compared to what you are guys doing, it's like, it seems like nothing. Like we've been discussing it, and we were talking about the challenges. And what was interesting about Team Kyrgyzstan, they have this coordination council. They have this very a good leadership structure, and maybe that is the problem with our team. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a challenge, but we have this flat hierarchy, and we have, it's more of an initiative based thing, you know, and we decided it's like more democratic, you know, and so on and so forth, and that people like, I don't know, if they have this incentive to do something, they will do it. But maybe, yes, maybe we should have a more organized structure. And of course, these examples of what you're doing and what you have accomplished so far, it's again, it's of course, it's a great embarrassment to us, but most important, it's the thing that we really admire, and this is what we've been discussing. And every time we're like, oh my God, Oh my God. And thank you so much for inspiring us to and encouraging us to do more that we're doing right now, because before we were like, oh yeah, we've done this and that, it's great, it's perfect, wow, we're amazing. Right now we're like, oh my God, no. And we've been discussing it with our team members, like, wow. And yes, maybe if you could, all of you, I don't know, especially share this experience, especially when regarding this Zoom fatigue thing, because we understand that so many people are so, I don't know, tired of all these Zoom sessions and so on and so forth. And even like, you know, these Zoom meetings, just a meeting of our team is kind of impossible sometimes, because we cannot, I don't know, force, right, our team members to gather at one time and on some day. So maybe if you could share, you know, these challenges, because we understand that you have accomplished a lot, and we want to at least replicate some of the experiences here. And if you could, I don't know, share these challenges, we would greatly, like, we would really appreciate it. And again, we're inspired, and of course we're embarrassed, but we are very inspired and right now motivated, and we are amazed by all of your experiences and what you've been doing.
Dina, I'd love to just share really quickly that I love what Kelty said. I just want to echo that as well. Like, that no one should feel embarrassed. Just, I would say for me, getting through 2020 is a huge accomplishment because it's been such a challenging year. And yeah, so that just is like a blanket statement. And everything each of the clubs has been doing individually as Tech Women and Tech Girls, as well as cohesively with the clubs, is so inspiring, just like for us as staff, where, you know, there have been so many challenges and obstacles. So absolutely anything, or just being your bright, amazing selves and still inspiring others is, you know, more than admirable this year. So I just like to say we're so proud of each and every club. And we're just so excited for, you know, the day when we can actually meet face to face and things like that. But yeah, I am just continually inspired, and it's not based on a specific club or specific activity. So
agreed.
Just like to throw that out there.
Totally agreed. And I also think that, like, in the life of any club, things kind of expand and they contract, and they expand and contract depending on what's going on, and it's totally okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to hear from any of the clubs, other clubs, like if you have any tips or if you have any ideas or things that are working for you, or.
Can I share?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I didn't do the presentation for Kyrgyzstan Club, but I would like to share some of the problems that we're facing now at the moment. So actually, we have almost 5 cohorts of Tech Women alumni and 2 of Tech Girls. What we have noted that each cohort of alumni, we have kind of, you know, own clubs inside of the cohort, so we can't break it at the moment, but I think that if we can meet each other more, we can break these walls that have been created. And there is also another challenge that additionally to Tech Women, Tech Girls clubs, there are several clubs already were established. Like, for example, now we have TechWomen community, then we have Facebook developer circle, then we have Tech Makers, then we have, what else? Some other clubs and communities. So it means that most of the Tech women, they run those clubs, and they're busy with their own activities and lives. And if you know that from Kyrgyzstan, I think that 3 or 4 Tech women, they moved abroad, and they were most active in our club, but now we are suffering because they are inactive anymore, because due to their work and other life. And so I also noted that when we united in the beginning TechWomen community with Tech Women, Tech Girls Club, we also got some demotivated people from TechWomen community that don't want to associate themselves with TechIM community. So it's now it's a good learning for us, and we want to separate these activities for further direction, and want to reunite and want to reselect our coordinating committee. So it will be the chance to for other girls as well to try leadership skills, to try coordinating committee, and engage more into the community and the club.
That's great. Thank you. Any other thoughts that kind of came up to you? Oh, here we go. Uzbekistan. Can we also, which tech girl is this? I can't tell. Can we also run tech feminist clubs? Is that from, I can't tell who wrote that one.
It's me.
Oh,
That's me,
yeah.
Shahrizoda.
Yeah, great. Feel free to tell us a little bit about that. That sounds cool.
Well, I'm currently running a Telegram channel, Instagram and Facebook pages. I'm trying to fight against harassment and explaining to everyone what feminism is. And I want to start a campaign actually against harassment in the streets, on public transports, and on the internet. But this requires a plan of action and a public outcry. So I'm thinking of taking example of Tajikistan, where all harassment began to be filmed and reported to the police, where the perpetrators were given corrective works in the form of cleaning toilets, etc.
Oh, wow. It's a fantastic idea. That's really cool. Love that. And I love how you're sort of borrowing ideas from other countries. What a cool idea. So any other sort of ideas?
Actually, Sadia, she was going to also report from on behalf of Uzbekistan team. Sadia?
Yes, yes. So Uzbekistan team has discussed about Tech Girls 2020. Tech Girls 2020 gave some questions, and our Tech Women supporting Tech Women gave some advice for our Tech Girls, for our community projects, and also they have also like gave some collaborations and like support they can give. Also about future further activities, we've discussed that in the beginning of the year we'll have in-person third summit. We will try to have it in person, and it's gonna be like in another region, not in the capital. Also, we are planning to run a network project, and every tech girl and every tech woman is welcome to participate in an in-person activities. Also, soft skills webinars are also can be like a suggestion to like an activity to run in the beginning of 2021.
Thank you so much, Sadia.
Thank you.
That's great. Any other updates or ideas or things you learned?
Actually, from Tajikistan, I've got some like an idea to collaborate with an American coroner, maybe to organize some sessions there, because I haven't like I didn't have any collaboration with them. So if I'm gonna organize some kind of like a STEM training or something like this, I will try to collaborate with them. Thank you for the idea, Tajikistan team.
Thank you. That's awesome. Well, before we move to the closing activity, I just want to reiterate that it's super important that whatever ideas you're coming up with, that you collaborate with your embassy, especially during these difficult times, because there's all kinds of different regulations that they need to follow in country and respond to the local context. So especially on in-person activities, make sure that before you go ahead and do those activities that you send out a message to your embassy to let them know what you would like to do and collaborate with them on that. So I guess we will go to our closing activity. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Great. Oh,
Wrong one. Sorry about that.
no worries. As we're getting set up, yeah, I just wanted to thank all of you for all of your great insights. I think one of the best things about the summits is just having the time to reflect and hear what's working for others. And I love the questions that you posed. It is challenging, and we know that. And that's why we want to give you all this space to connect, and hopefully you'll be able to continue these conversations offline, even with club members outside of your country. Really, we want you to be learning from each other. And we know it's challenging to get consensus for things. And so hopefully you've learned some things from other clubs. I love the model in Tajikistan of different points of contact for different regions. And maybe it's not even different regions. If you can't come to a consensus, again, you have all of this funding, so you can do various projects. It doesn't have to be allocated for one thing. So if some tech women and tech girls are interested in one project, but it doesn't appeal to everyone, you can think about, kind of like Elena was saying, these mini clubs within clubs. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you're not all doing the same thing, as long as you're all connecting with each other and meeting these priorities and objectives. So I love some of these ideas. Hopefully this is giving you some inspiration about how to use this within your own club and some activities. And sometimes the best way is just to have this kind of summit and meet and talk about it, and then kind of divide up and do your things individually if that's what works for you. Or if it works to just meet and do different activities together, that's fine too. Again, we want to give you that flexibility so you have these different options that really work for your club at this point in time with your particular context. So I love all of these share outs. I think it's great. You should all be proud of everything that you've done. No matter how small you think it is, just staying connected and being here today is huge, to learn from one another and keep this community going. I think it's a big highlight for all of us this year, just having this community to rely on and connect with and do some fun things with. So with that,
yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Kelsey.
Yeah. What inspires you about being a part of the Tech Women and Tech Girls community? If you can share out, type it into the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself, you can share that too. I'm just inspired being here learning from all of you today. I think it's so cool to see what you've been able to accomplish in 2020 and all of the awesome plans that you have for staying connected and doing more things in 2021.
Yeah, can I quickly say that I was very inspired by hearing what tech girls are doing and about their projects. And I wrote to Shahzoda from Uzbekistan, like I was really impressed by her personal project on fighting harassment in her country, and other girls who are sharing the information and making all those wonderful things. Like really being a tech woman from 2015, you kind of lose this, I don't know, the inspiration sometimes. But then when you come to the summit and see tech girls who are doing amazing things, like I started to like have, I don't know, such an inspiration inside of me. So thank you girls and everyone. Yeah.
Diana.
Can I say very briefly, I am also Daria from Kazakhstan. I am also Tech Women 2015. We were with Diana together, worked. And it's just very, very good to be a part of this community. It's very good to see you, to share my thoughts with you, to listen to you. And it's inspiring to work together, it inspired me to believe that I can make difference in my community. Thank you very much. Thank you for this meeting as well.
Thank you, Daria.
I can add that we can be inspired by seeing that one from other country or from our country is doing something great and you want to do and to be the part of it. And I would like to thank Diana from Kazakhstan, that she inspired me a lot with doing her Technovation in 2000. Diana was the first who started in Central Asia country. And when I was in 2017 or 18 in Almaty, she was the person who inspired me to do a lot for my country. She said that we can start. And she was a real example for me to start the thing that, for example, I thought it was not real to start, and she was a person who inspired me to start this great initiative. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you for sharing that. It is really inspiring to see how the networks grow, particularly Technovation across Central Asia. It's such a huge achievement.
Yes, I agree. I agree with Matriba and other girls. This year I was happy to meet Ozoda, Saida, and Yelena in Uzbekistan personally. So it was such an inspiration. They invited me for the Technovation launch in Uzbekistan, and it was a lucky moment for me that I joined and meet them in person. And I'm really thankful for this kind of meetings and summit that we have, because I think that from our first time, we started to think now how we can unite our tech women and the girls and like increase our efforts, not just within the country, but also to connect Central Asia. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody here from Turkmenistan, but we are thinking also in helping them to launch Technovation and other activities. So we are always in touch. And I think that as long as we are TechWomen-TechGirls, it will be easy for us to run like Central Asian Technovation or some initiatives for TechWomen and TechGirls projects as well. So because really TechWomen and TechGirls community opens new doors and improve our connection and improve our collaboration as well. So thank you, girls, and thank you, IE team and Legacy team, because you're always supporting and inspiring us and really motivating us to be and to be connected with each other. It's really hard work, as we know now from our community. So thank you so much for being and supporting us all the way.
Thank you, Elena. We've got some great chats too, just being inspired by the activities and results that you see, the contributions that you're making, how you're feeling motivated, sharing all of these different ideas from different countries. Very cool. I think we're all grateful to be part of this community. I know I certainly am, and it's great to stay connected even after we finish our official program and have these opportunities to carry this on in your countries, with your clubs, with more people. That's what it's all about. So this is great. Any other final thoughts that anybody wants to share before we close?
Yes, I just wanted to say that again, I'm very motivated and inspired by all of our tech women, and I think that I'm very proud that all of you and all of us actually we're connected and we're strengthening our networking. Because, like, for instance, I participated in the TechWomen like 3 years ago, but still we are connected, still we gather, maybe not that often that as we could, for instance, but still that we kind of do these things and we are united. It makes me feel good, and especially when seeing what other teams are doing, it inspires us a lot. And I was thinking about all the activities that we have done even this year. So we have launched this math support thing here in Kazakhstan just to raise awareness about COVID and translating these treatment protocols from English to Kazakh and Russian, so that everybody could have this reliable information, because there were like lots of conspiracy theories and no treatment protocols. And we've been collaborating with Kyrgyzstan, and it was of course supported by the US Embassy. But the thing is that, and maybe I participated as an alumni of an alumna, right, of the US Embassy program. But still, the thing is that you feel connected, and I'm so happy that there are some regional things that we can do and we can share. And I would love to participate in more projects, regional, especially, right? Because the problems that we face, they are almost the same. And thank you so much for sharing your experience. We have a lot to learn from you guys, and I'm so happy that I'm surrounded by so amazing, inspirational people. And thank you so much, IE, for such a great job. That you unite us, you keep us connected, we keep in touch, and every time, empowerment is about constant, like women should be constantly empowered, because sometimes we can go with our lives and maybe forget about things that are important. And thank you for trying to empower us all the time, and feeling the support is so great, and it's a great experience to all of us. And I feel empowered today, especially like right now with all of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're just connecting you. That's all we're doing. You're doing all of the main work. So congratulations to each of you for continuing to stay connected and do all of these wonderful things for your community with Tech Women and Tech Girls and other girls and women in STEM in your cities across Central Asia. It's very inspiring. So thank you again so much. We'll be following up. Again, I'll be emailing all of you in terms of the resources that Tech Women has developed, which hopefully will be useful in terms of some of these soft skills developments that you're talking about, and different ways for you to connect and talk about some of these topics. And also, please reach out to one another. We can reshare contact lists if you don't have them, to reconnect with people in your country, but then also all of the people here today in other clubs. So we really appreciate you. We're so grateful for this community, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon, and stay healthy and stay well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.